Alright everyone, you are welcome to another tutorial. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do so by clicking the subscribe button below and turning on the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop a new video. So in our last tutorial we did something. We just went through some few things and we realized something. So this was the basic structure of what we got last class. So in our last tutorial we spoke of heading tags, the heading tags which comprises from heading 1 right from here to heading 6. So we spoke of heading tags and how to use heading tags. So if you haven't watched the video, just go and click on my profile, on my YouTube profile. You check the video HTML introduction to HTML part 1. So you watch the video and then you come back and you watch the part 2. So in that introduction we spoke of heading tags, we spoke of the paragraph, we spoke of how to add an image, we spoke of how to add an audio, how to add video, and then how to create a list. So today we'll be seeing how to manipulate and do other things still on HTML. So today we'll be finalizing with HTML, and then in our next class we'll begin with CSS, and I'm sure that is when our classes will become most relevant, because you find it more relevant because you tend to create things that are good, that looks good. Okay, so I'll just minimize this page over here. So this is our code editor over here, and we have this. So this is what we basically what we had last class and we spoke about it. So in our today's class, let me just say, we will be talking about forms. So in writing a form, normally, as we said, when you want to write something in HTML, you always start with an opening tag and a closing tag, but it's not every element in HTML that has an opening and a closing. For example, when we talk about an image doesn't have a closing tag, it just have the img and ends here. But when you go to something like a list item, you see the list opens here and closes here. So that's how it is. So for a form, you just have something, you can just write this form, you close it, okay, and we'll give you that. So basically, when you are writing a form, like, what is the essence of putting a form in your HTML document? Is simply to collect data from the user. This data from the user can be used in many ways. Maybe it is to equip you, the owner of the website. Maybe it is to give the user a particular feedback from you. For example, you can collect feedback from the user on how their user experience on your website is. You can collect data from the user on the various quantities in which they want to purchase. Maybe you had an e-commerce website. You can collect information from the user depending on anything in which you want to collect. So in this form tag, we'll be seeing the various types of inputs, and we just have to say input. We have something like this. So in this input tag, we always have the type. So this type can be, okay, as you see over here. So I'll just explain since you all can see my screen. So you have a type button. Now a type button means that your input field will be a button where somebody can click and something occurs. Input field type checkbox is also, you can put an input field type color where you can select a particular color. You can put input field type date, just where the user can input just a date. Input time, date time. Input time, date time, local. These two here specifies they are like the time that something is occurring. Maybe you are asking the user the day you were born, the time you are born, and other stuff. So the email data type, input type, you can take in file. Hidden, that means the content should not be displayed. You can take image, you can take the month, number, password, radio, range, and all those stuff. So there are basically many types of inputs that you can take from the user. So let's start. By default, when you just take something like input and you, for example, save, you see here. So by default, this one is input type text. So you can say put here type text. So you can put type text, and normally is still text. So when you there's something we call in input placeholder. So with placeholder you have to put in a particular value. It's not like a value like, okay, let me say a temporal value that will be displayed on the input field. It's not like the value have been written, it have been pre-written in such a way that it directs the user on what value to input. For example, here you say enter username. So you see it comes here, enter username. So the user knows that he or she is supposed to enter the username over here. Okay, since this is a new tutorial, let me clear off everything, and here I say h1, I say html part 2. Okay, so this is what we have. So an html part 2, and we'll talk about h2, and we say, okay, let's just be making good use of what we've learned. We say forms in html. So this is, oh sorry, so this is what we have: html part 2, forms in html. So we have seen the first input type, which is type text. So we can say input, and this one should be of type password. And I made a mistake over here, so we can just say give it a placeholder. We can give it a placeholder of password, and we basically have, let me just copy, since it's almost the same thing. We can say input type here should be something like email. So we say email, and then over here we just say enter email, and just like that, just like that, just like that, just like that. You can put here type should be date. You can put type date, and over here you just say enter date. So when you save, this is basically what we have. So what you see here, you can enter a particular value, enter particular value, enter particular value, enter particular. Okay, so for the password, you see the password is hidden. So when we move over to the JavaScript courses, you guys will understand how you can do, like, put something here like that I, you click on the I and it displays the content in your password. So basically that's it. So the various input types here will only help you to collect the particular data in which you need from the user. So that's it. If you want to style up a bit, you can put like breakers here. You just copy over here, you paste it here, you paste it, and here you paste it. So you save. Okay, it can be on a line like this. If you double break it now, it will kind of space out. So basically this is it. So there are many types of input. So in this tutorial I'll be putting a link to the in the description to my Instagram account. There's one post I posted on my Instagram page about the input forms that you have a clue about it. It just gives you, it's just like a pre-written type that gives you all the types of input form and explains how it is applied. So I will put the link in the description so that all of you can get it. I'll also put the link to my GitHub so that you can get to GitHub and you check out some basic things I've worked on. I know it's been long, I've not updated my GitHub, is because I've been kind of busy doing copywriting, preparing for tutorials and recording, so I basically don't have time. I even have classes I'm attending online that I hardly look towards it. So now let's talk about about the anchor tags. I know we spoke of the anchor tags last class, but I still want us to talk about the anchor tags. So basically these anchor tags are normally links, which are a link that links to a particular site. For example, maybe you want to put an anchor tag that carries you to, let me say, your YouTube page. Okay, let me say for instance, this is my YouTube and this is my let me see, code with press. Okay, this is my YouTube channel, and then and okay, and I save it, and over here I say follow on YouTube. I say this. So when I say follow on YouTube, when you click on it, it takes you to my channel. So this is my channel here. I literally have 61 subscribers right now. So I really encourage all of you to subscribe. So this is anchor tag. So you can still link, like you put a link to, let me say, your Facebook page, you link href, blah blah blah, you link to your Facebook page, which follows just this. So with the anchor tags, you have this a href equals to, you put the whether is the what, the two slash bars, or you put your link in between it, then you close it over here. So whatever text that comes here is a text that will execute what you have here when it is clicked. Yeah. So okay, so basically this is all about forms and this. Okay, so